Thanks for stopping on in for today's college basketball pick video play for Friday, December 15th, 2017. In today's video, going to be talking about this matchup here between the Denver Pioneers and the Stanford Cardinal. Give our take on who we feel has the better edge against the spread. If you're interested in getting all of our college basketball plays for today, you can get those over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So the road team here, Denver, coming in as about 10.5 to 11.5 point underdogs. On the year right now, the Pioneers standing 5-6 overall. They did not look great in their last outing. They went on the road against Northern Colorado, lost that one by a final of 63 to 83. And Denver overall this year has generally had a tough time on the road. For instance, they were completely blown out at Colorado, losing that one by a final of 62 to 89. And that's a Colorado team that's also in the Pac-12 and probably on a similar standing to where we feel this Stanford team can be when they're playing at their best. Also, they lost on the road against Florida Gulf Coast. Their best win so far this year for the Pioneers would have to be their 88 to 78 win against Wyoming, but that result stands out head and shoulders above where this group has generally been this year. On the season, the Pioneers, they rank 266th in the nation in scoring average, 169th in total team defense, a plus-minus of -1 point. One advantage that Denver has shown has been on the glass so far this year. They're 86th in the nation in rebounding average. And if they're going to have a chance to stay competitive here today, they're going to have to do well on the boards. They actually rank very similarly to Stanford on both sides of the ball, including rebounding. And it's just going to be interesting to see how this particular matchup plays out. Even though they rank so similarly to Stanford in all of these statistical categories, the Cardinal have obviously gone against a much tougher schedule. But going over to the home team today, Stanford, they've had their issues. They're just 4-6 overall coming into the year. Elevated expectations for this group, given the fact that they return veteran scorer Reed Travis, who's one of the top players in the Pac-12. It just hasn't worked out for the Cardinal, at least at this point through the non-conference. Perhaps they can turn things around as they close out their non-conference slate and work their way into Pac-12 action. But the Cardinal, they've fallen against teams like North Carolina, Florida, Ohio State. So those aren't bad results, but then they've also lost to teams mid-majors like Eastern Washington at home. They fell to Portland State. They fell in their last outing on the road against Long Beach State. But when they're able to play up to their highest ceiling level, certainly they can put together a much better performance than a team like the Denver Pioneers. In their last home game, we liked what we saw out of Stanford. They were able to separate down the stretch against a pretty good Montana team, picking up that win by a final of 70 to 54. If they can beat a team like Montana by double digits, then this Denver team, who we don't put on the same level as Montana, they should be able to handle their business as long as they come in focused, ready to go. So coming into this one, we feel like the better play here is going to be siding with the home team, taking Stanford, giving the points, especially considering the fact that Denver in their last outing on the road, coming against Northern Colorado, fell by 20 points, and that's a Northern Colorado team that's a little bit lower on the pecking order than where we put this Stanford team. So again, siding with the home team today, taking Stanford, giving the points. And again, to get all of our college basketball plays for today's action, you can get those over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, guys, and we hope to see you in future videos. Bye.